All right, this is set number 2 on Abbey, and the NightEagles are leading 1-0 against AVANTE-GARDE. And right now, NightEagles will be starting up north and AVANTE-GARDE down south. So, Brendan, why don't you take us through the tank selection?
Well, looking quickly at NightEagles, they have 2 AMX-50s, 1 IS-3, 1 T-32, and that 1 light tank in the AMX-13. And just looking at who is this? AVANTE-GARDE, of course. They have 2 AMX-50s, 1 IS-3, 1 T-32. They are very similar in that aspect, but the 1 WZ-132 for their light tank, and Blade loves that tank.
Yeah, definitely. So it's only 1 tank actually differentiating both these teams. Not a huge difference at all. I mean, if it's a WZ-132 versus an AMX-13, I mean, it's a pretty even fight. I believe the AMX-13 has slightly more health, maybe like 50 more health, but I mean, I think the WZ-132 does have more firepower, so pretty evenly matched up right there. And the NightEagles, I didn't get to see their positioning right now, but AVANTE-GARDE have split up their forces. They have sent, I think, a couple of their members to the central Abbey area, and the rest of their members gonna go to this western ridge. So they have split up their forces. It's not a bad move by them because it's so early on that they're just kind of getting a foothold on this map, just trying to get as much map control as possible. Yeah. And it's really gonna come down to where the NightEagles actually decide to camp up.
Yeah, I mean, AVANTE-GARDE, they'd love to be like this defensive style. They have 1 guy in the middle, Griffin, who actually just, I guess jokingly, just might have broken some terrain for his T1 maybe.
Yeah,
or something.
quite possibly. So AVANTE-Blade actually spotted Eve here. Eve might go down. He is, of course, 1 shot from dying, but no, Blade will not go for that shot because he's afraid of other NightEagle members being right behind there.
You got to be careful in that effect.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Blade definitely could have gone for it, but for example, let's say he just, goes in there and manages to take out Eve. Oh, actually, Eve goes down right there, but I mean, the reason why he was so hesitant was just due to the fact that if there were heavier tanks behind that T1, then if he were to, overcommit to just for that T1 kill, he might have actually taken a critical amount of damage or even gone down.
Yeah,
so
it could have just been a bait.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, another light tank being spotted over there on the eastern road. It is CKSBB, yes, in his AMX-13 being spotted over there, and that is exactly what Blade was actually scared of, is, an elite tier 8 tank being over there. And now you're taking a look at the NightEagle lineup right now. They have sent most of actually all of their heavy tanks to the western ridge, whereas only their light scout CKSBB in his AMX-13 gonna be over there on the eastern road. So nice setup coming out from NightEagles as well, kind of similar to AVANTE-GARDE, just only the difference is AVANTE-GARDE sent one of their heavy tanks to the central Abbey. So if NightEagles sent all 4 of these heavy tanks down and push down the western ridge, they will have an advantage. Yeah. But at the same time, if they do that, then they're opening up the central part of the map to a potential push. Yeah. So it's really kind of balancing defending and pushing. So I think they're gonna kind of chill for just a minute and kind of get their and just figure out where AVANTE-GARDE is before they make any moves.
They need to get a feel to find out exactly where AVANTE-GARDE is on the map.
And what they're trying to do, actually.
Yeah, I mean, they're sending that 1 tier 8 light tank in the middle, just trying to scout a little bit on the eastern side. And besides that, they have most of their heavy tanks up there. The NightEagles.
Oh, Blade taking a lot of damage right there. Yeah, Blade actually getting shot down by CKSBB. CKSBB doing a nice job right there. Yeah, Blade is kind of low. He's down to about half health. And if Blade goes down, then that's a pretty big loss for AVANTE-GARDE, and I really don't know if they actually can come back from that. But yeah, both teams actually lost all vision on each other. Yeah, just kind of going back to back where we were, where both teams just really trying to figure out where they are. AVANTE-GARDE still kind of with their position. They actually pulled their heavy tank over to the western ridge as well. You can't see that on your map just yet, but they actually have 4 of the heavy tanks over on this western ridge as well. So if it comes down to a west road engagement, then it's going to be equal. It's going to be exactly equal. Yeah, because they have the exact same tanks. Exactly.
I mean, like I said before, I do like the northern side a little bit better because you can go for that 2-prong push if you get that position. It's a little closer to the northern side.
And the angles are just a little bit better.
Yeah, the angles are a little better. You are a little lower actually on terrain when you're on the southern side, so it'll depend. I mean, AVANTE-GARDE, they love to play defensive. They're only now just peeking around the corner towards that area where it is the 2-prong push, just trying to get a feel, trying to see where NightEagles are. I mean, they have to assume, unless NightEagles is like spread out in a web at the top of the Abbey, which we don't really see very often, like they have to be on this western ridge, so they are trying to push forward a little bit here to gain some vision, try to figure out where the NightEagles are.
Yep, exactly. They're actually extremely close to each other. They're only about like less than a square away from each other right now, and they have been spotted right now.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at, I want to see what's happening over there. Yes, there we go. And look at that. They have spotted each other, but they are both undercover, so no shots being fired just yet. The NightEagles, they are splitting up their forces. They have sent, I believe it's only one of their heavy tanks over there on the left side of this rock. And AVANTE-GARDE, they can't split up their forces just yet because they're not pushed up far enough. So they're kind of grouped up right at the south of that rock formation. So really still kind of on equal footing.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, like I said before, just in equal cover.
Oh, CKSPV over here. Look at that. He's really deep into enemy territory.
He's deep. He's looking for this T1.
Yeah.
We saw Pink go down actually where he was, but
I don't know. He's taking a lot of damage, but I don't know if that was actually worth it. And now he's in a little bit of danger to get shot from. Yeah, look at that. He's getting shot from like 2 different sides right now. I really don't agree with that because he's just opening himself up. Look at that. Yeah, AVANTE-GARDE and Blade are going to come here and try and finish up. And before they can actually get CKSB, NightEagles should actually start pushing right now.
Yeah, they should.
They got to push right now.
If you're going to send this light tank back to distract or try to do some damage, you got to make a push here. And we don't see it on our map. We don't see if NightEagles are making this push, and we're seeing no defense out of AVANTE-GARDE on that western side, so I don't think they're making the push. It just seems like CKSBB is just trying to run away.
Yeah. CKSBB actually, they did lose vision on CKSBB, so CKSBB most likely going to be making his way up the eastern road, whereas AVANTE-GARDE, they have pulled back just a little bit, and NightEagles, I don't know why they actually didn't push onto that, because they would have been able to at least have a brief 4v3, a brief outnumbering situation where one tank would of course be trying to be going for CKSBB.
It was a very small timing window.
Yeah.
They didn't really have great vision on the
but look at this. They actually did push down, and they're going to go in right now. Zanyelda taking some damage here. Luna Maria and Audio in the front line right now. Oh, some nice damage getting thrown around right now. Zanyelda taking some more damage here. Freshmeat and Griven also all taking damage right now. Only 3 tanks now. Bingo Bongo joining the fight here. Luna Maria and 60. N60 is dealing so much damage right now. Freshmeat 1 shot away from dying. And look at that. Audio lining up to get this shot off. And it will happen in 1 more shot. But Audio is taking so much damage before he can actually get that down. And N60 actually goes down before they can finish off Freshmeat. So actually right now, AVANTE-GARDE is pulling out ahead in this engagement.
Yeah, AVANTE-GARDE definitely taking the lead here. They have a couple more tanks. A lot of tanks went down for NightEagles. Only the light tank went down for AVANTE-GARDE really early, and just from there, it was a really close engagement, but it seems like AVANTE-GARDE came out ahead here. Yeah,
definitely. So the fact that they couldn't finish off Freshmeat really is what lost them this set, because Freshmeat, he was allowed to stay alive. He was allowed to continue to throw down shots onto the NightEagles, and eventually that built up to the point on where the NightEagles just couldn't come back from that. The NightEagles had the advantage. They're dealing more damage onto AVANTE-GARDE than they were receiving, but the fact that AVANTE-GARDE were able to focus down single members of the NightEagles, they really paid the price.
Yeah, they really did. Freshmeat, like you said, just allowed to stay alive for so long. CKSBB did come in there and taken them out from the back, but now they're just down too many tanks. He's not going to be able to take out any of these heavy tanks with such low health.
Yeah, look at this. Bingo Bong is going to finish him off with 1 more shot. Oh, he actually misses. Maybe 1 more. He has autoloader, but no, CKSB just making it back behind cover there. Psycho in his T1 also going in, maybe to go for a T1 engagement, a T1 versus T1, but no, he is not going to go for that. And Bingo Bongo moving in. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. The NightEagles, I really thought that push would have worked out, because they had the better cover, honestly. The AVANTE-GARDE, they only had a couple of like you know how the ridge closes in? They had like very small areas where they could get cover. Pretty much the only cover they could get was behind their allies.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, just NightEagles, they couldn't focus their fire there. They're doing a lot of damage, but spreading it out among the AVANTE-GARDE team, and due to the fact that they couldn't finish off any members of AVANTE-GARDE, it just built up and eventually meant that the NightEagles were just losing tanks left and right, getting taken out, getting taken down low. They're still trying to do damage, but after they lost like 2 tanks, there was just really absolutely nothing that the NightEagles could actually do.
Yeah, it all comes down to that snowball effect. If you don't kill one of those really low tanks, like, he's going to do a lot of damage.
Yep.
He's so low, if you just take him out, then so many of those hits on your team are taken away, and you can just take the advantage in that snowball.
I mean, because that that tank that's left with 100 or so health, he's gonna fire shots until he dies.
Yeah.
And that's